initial, exercises and then just worked at home and it
Oh.
wasn't,
No,
wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
anyway.
Good, how are you?
I'm glad to go to somebody
Yeah.
that can actually
Yeah.
manipulate it and,
Yeah, and then
and
also.
push it past where I
Yeah,
wanna push
And then
it.
he arranged emotions, because he,
Yeah.
didn't know how he wasn't really progressing as he should.
Where's he?
He's in Ringe, and it's
I'm
not close.
sorry to hear that.
I know,
So they had to take.
Well, he couldn't drive, and his wife works, and so that there was a kind of structural problem in getting to PT in the first place, and,
Things are so much better now. I mean, when I was, my first knee, we had to do like anticoagulation and testing INRs and all that
Mhm.
stuff, which they don't even do anymore. It's fantastic.
well, don't.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, I believe.
Yes.
Do we have any people on,
Nope, but I did have it to record
okay,
for posterity.
great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Uh, First up on our agenda is the minor subdivision for Tim and Prue. Do you go by Prue or Prudence?
I do go by Prue.
And Fisher. So, David, can you give us just a brief history, because this has come before the zoning board?
Yes, so, and I included the notice of decision, but they would like to split their property into two lots. One was an original lot, and then the southern portion across the road was annexed to their smaller lot to the north of the road. The lot to the north of the road is would be a non-conforming lot. And so they went to the zoning board of adjustment and received a variance to the lot size to allow that lot to be reestablished.
Right. Yeah, I assume that was a lot before zoning.
Yes, it was a lot before zoning.
Right.
Okay. So at this point, what we typically do is go through the minor subdivision checklist to ensure that the application is complete. And I think folks got a copy of that checklist in their packages.
Yep.
And David, if you could help us out a little bit on this, because you probably have seen a lot of this stuff, but.
Yep.
The names and addresses, and, do you folks have anything you wanna add before we start going down through the application
No,
to see
I
if it's?
think we've given David everything he needs and
Okay,
go from there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and, get started on the checklist here. So the names and addresses of each of us,
Did you get an abutter list?
Yes, I did.
so that's,
But it had the surveyors also.
okay.
Yep, so I'm here.
Yep, and the septic.
And so-
Topo map,
This is one that, there's, on the, I gave you just, or had them print out just one of the sheets.
Yes.
Sorry, I have multiple copies in here. I'll make sure I'm getting the. I didn't leave it on my desk, because I was looking at it here. I think I did. Hold on just a second.
Which one do we need to look at?
He's getting the topo map, which was not submitted, I guess he just had said, give us a couple.
well, I think maybe he got them, but he don't think he submitted it all, because this,
Right.
this other, sheet
Right, that-
without the
that's
color
septic,
is just sheet 2 of 3, so presumably there's a
Yeah,
sheet
one-
1 and
one.
a sheet 3 as well that probably has more complete information or additional information. Temporary benchmark, probably.
Temporary benchmark B. And then there's a-
Sorry about that. with the septic plan, I didn't have them give you all the plans because of the cost of trying to make
Yeah,
multiple copies, but I have a topo for the lot.
for both sides or just?
It is just the lower lot, which is a question for the board if that's
So,
acceptable or if they wanna have.
So we should waive it for the one across the street?
the smaller lot, yeah.
Yep, waive for north side of the road?
Yeah, north side of the road.
Yep. And then I just had a question about, like, where's the driveway coming in? And does that cross any steep slopes? I can't see where it's coming in from the subdivision plan and then the house site itself.
Yeah, I have, it does show, on the topo map, I can,
And you maybe stick that in the middle or something. Oh, okay, yeah, we can see that.
Okay,
look at that. And they have also received a curb cut from the highway department in Tim.
so, okay,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
The driveway
Scott-
location's good.
Scott and I went at it, yeah.
And does the driveway cross any steep slopes?
No, it does not cross any steep slopes. It does cross ag soils, so we'll probably need to go to the zoning board.
Okay. All right, so
Okay.
I just have for topographic map wave for the north side of the road.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the conservation district mapping,
There is none, but I think that we can talk to, or have you talk to your septic designer and add that information to the topo map.
Somewhere here it says.
so are we talking about Lyme's conservation districts?
Yes.
Okay.
So add,
Right.
so you know that there's only, well, there's shoreline setback and,
The shoreline, there's flood zone, and there's ag soils and steep slopes on the property.
Right.
didn't you see steep slopes when they came in earlier? And that they were kind of toward the back where the brook is?
Yes.
Yeah, so between like where the development area is and the road, there aren't steep slopes?
No.
Yeah, okay, I think I remember that.
And if I can show them, if you'd like to see them, I can bring them up pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, it's, I remember seeing it when they came in for the informal or whatever. And then the zoning district is all rural?
It's all rural, so I would just have them add a note.
Yeah, yeah. And otherwise, 1, 2, and 3 are okay?
Yep.
Yep.
And David, could I ask you to put that top map up on the?
I have no way of,
Oh, you don't have that?
I don't have an electronic copy.
Okay, thank you.
One of the things I noticed on the subdivision survey, the colored print, I think some of the parcel references may be wrong.
Yep, we'll get down to that,
Oh,
once we
okay.
get through we're gonna talk about the site survey map on the next page.
Okay.
Okay, so do you see like, with the topo map, where there are drainage ditches and surface water other than Trout Brook and then the little tributary, or does that, like,
I don't know of any other,
because I just wanted to be sure that we've got, shows the surface water, drainage ditches and swales are all,
Here's a
yeah,
contour map of it, so it's running downhill this way.
yep. And then this boundary is like the tributary, and then this is basically where the brook is.
Oh, okay, sure.
interestingly enough, the pond does not qualify as a surface water.
Okay, well, sometimes
Because-
it's
Small.
Too small. It's 1 acre,
So this tributary starts up here as it goes?
it starts in the pond,
Oh, it starts in the pond, okay.
yeah,
And then just runs into.
yeah.
How does it get from the pond? Oh, is there an actual overflow pipe
Yes,
from
there
the
is.
pond?
It's painfully 4 feet out of the water right now.
I wonder if this is it right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I would have them show that tributary on the map.
Show the outlet of the pond?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
What item number are we on for that?
That's,
Number
like
7B
B7,
or B7.
B7.
Okay. Is there anything else under Roman numeral 2B that we
Nope.
need to
Nope.
be concerned with? Okay, so subdivision layout map. If it's lot size average subdivision, this plan show the maximum number of lots.
It is not,
So I had a question in the zoning board decision. It does reference to lot size averaging in there.
Well, isn't what they're saying is if it were a lot, it would result in the same density? I mean, I thought that was a,
Right, if.
Yeah, it's an if, that doesn't
The
necessarily.
lot, if
apply.
subdivided, will not increase the density available prior to zoning.
yeah, so they're saying that by adding that lot, it's not increasing the density of building that was there prior to zoning.
What's the minimum lot size in this? area?
5 acres.
I mean, that's just an observation that they put there for
Yeah.
justifying
Yes.
the variance.
So I guess my question is, does lot size averaging apply to this? In other words,
No, it does not.
No, they're not fine.
They're not,
okay,
because if they're using they could use lot size averaging if they weren't able to get the variance. But with lot size averaging, the area that you reduce a lot by, you have to set aside on the parent lot,
right,
and
okay,
that's not happening.
okay. So on this, the answer is if a lot.
Not applicable.
It's not NA.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so site survey map. This meets the Grafton County
Yes.
requirements. Scale no larger than 100 feet,
It's smaller.
Yep.
no smaller, not.
But there is an issue, if you look at the graphic scale bar,
Mhm.
and then look inside the title block, there are two different scales stated, so that needs to be resolved.
Yep. So either way, it's okay, but.
Either one's fine, whichever, I assume it's the smaller one, the 1 in 80.
Signed and certified by a New Hampshire land surveyor.
Yep.
Well, it will be, I mean.
Yeah, this one isn't, but it will be.
Complete boundaries and area of the entire parcel, the north arrow, bar scale,
Yep.
dates of any revisions.
Yep.
Existing proposed street, right-of-way lines. Names of existing streets, we've got Whipple Hill up here. Yep.
Yeah, I was saying that like, the angle of lot lines, I don't think is necessary. I mean.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's something the board would have to go back and take that out of the
Right, yeah,
subdivision
so, but
regulations.
I'm gonna just say, that's not necessary, so I would.
Oh, so, yeah, cause this is not giving us, bearings, it's just giving us distances,
Right.
yeah, okay.
No, it's,
Well, but
you know, it's
bearings
bearing
here.
to the corners.
Oh,
Yeah,
And what about the table?
And there's a whole table over
There's
here
a whole
that,
table,
that,
yeah.
that-
So, Vicky,
I thought they were trying to, I thought that what that was doing was saying, oh, this angle up here is greater than 90.
oh,
You know, instead of what you were when you're turning, so I didn't know why that was there, or what that exactly meant.
in our checklist, you mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
yep. And it's, yeah.
I mean,
So-
in the survey, they're gonna have the meets and bounds.
Right, it meets them, but it sounds like angles of the lot, well, angles of the lot lines, I guess it was the angles that they would call out what that angle was.
Hmm.
Instead of saying, oh, in thence you go, you know, so
Right.
far, going in a
That-
different
that would be-
direction.
I'd expect that,
But, yeah, which they do
Well,
have,
which we have on the
yeah,
table,
but I
yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
like,
Well, because
calling-
there's so many angles for this tributary,
well, beyond, that's, yeah,
that's why,
that's,
and
that's,
this, and Trout Brook and everything.
well, beyond that, it's just like they have what the bearings are, we don't need to know what the angle of
Right.
the,
Oh, I see,
of
so,
the, of the, you know, what, of
You
the
can
intersecting lines
You
is.
calculate it from the bearing if you really
Right.
wanna know.
Yeah, right, but we
Yeah.
don't need that, so
No.
I'm saying let's not
Yeah, yeah.
require that, and I think we should take it out anyway.
Out of our checklist.
Yeah.
Location of existing and proposed easements, including old wells and water rights and rights of way.
I didn't see any, so.
Is there, has a new well been drilled on this?
No, no well has been drilled on it.
Nothing there, okay. And then is the well well shown up for the existing house?
Yes, it's the little blue W,
Good?
yep.
What is witness monument?
Witness monument would be a survey marker.
And so it looks like there's an old logging road in here? The witness monument, is that an access in?
Well, the monument would just be a corner.
I know, but next to it,
Yeah.
there's dotted yellow lines.
like parallel to section segment L 33, right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, L 31.
Well, I mean, if you're it's, you know, this is a snapshot in time, given what the tributary is doing and what the brook is doing. So having a witness monument there at least identifies a point in space.
Right, no,
that
I
you
was
can
just
measure
curious,
from.
is that some kind of curb cut access, or is it just an old track that?
Is they show, just, this, refer to this.
That was, where's the pond here?
The pond's been-
At some point, there was a road that went down probably to the brook. It appears it was a passageway. It was never
yeah, just-
graded, it was probably for agricultural purposes, I guess.
Yeah.
You can see the remnants of it, but it's certainly not an existing road that you can, well, actually, to the left of that, looking up, I think that depicts the old snowmobile trail.
Yes,
So,
continuation.
and actually, I think at one point, they were gonna try and extend the snowmobile trail through our property and cross the brook,
Hmm.
but that has not gone anywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, then there's a road up on, by your house too, on that side, it looks like,
It goes parallel to L8, kind of,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's our neighbor's road, that's,
their driveway.
Oh, that's,
driveway.
oh, okay.
Well, you know what, I'm corrected, that is an old roadbed, that actually takes you up to a well that we have deeded rights to. The road that goes to the right of that is the road to Sam and Amy's house, but there's an old roadbed that you can decipher there.
So do you have water rights on an old well up there, or
Yeah,
has that been
we have
extinguished?
deeded water rights to a dug well up here, which I visited from time to time.
Mhm.
We don't use it.
We've never used it.
Well, the fact that you never used it, but you don't wanna give up your rights to it, right?
Yeah,
So it's in your deed,
correct.
and then the question is, based on our language, do we need to have that, yeah, so it'd be nice to have a note about that well, cause if you look at D7, it says location of existing and proposed easements, regulations, restrictions benefiting or burdening the property. So something that is benefiting your property, it wouldn't hurt to have a note that there's a well up there, so that shows, sometimes deeds lose things, and to have it referenced where you can as many times as possible, make sure.
Where would you
ensures it.
suggest to be referenced?
Just, well, do you have a right to pass on this old road to get to your, well?
No.
No. So you have access to the water, but you don't have access to actually physically get yourself there?
Correct.
Okay, and is there a pipe that comes underneath that
There's
goes
a
to your property?
beautiful lead pipe that goes all the way from the well to my house.
You're all set.
That could be added.
Well, if you let it
that
flow,
could be added-
flow constantly, you won't have to worry about the lead.
Yeah. Is that,
That could be added to the plot, where the path of the lead pipe.
Yeah, the suggestion is just for future people, at least you've got a survey that is referencing that so that people in the future don't have less to argue with, you
Yeah.
know.
so does that little blue line, between L6 and L7 show where the lead pipe, brings water into your property?
That probably depicts a seasonal brook.
There's a seasonal brook, okay. So it'd be, I don't know. Something should, I mean, I don't wanna have a survey of where the well is located. So that well is located on the Price's land?
Correct.
Maybe a note that says something like, this parcel is burdened by, your right to that well. Or, you know, do you have your deed so that some real language could be taken from the deed? So that we're not-
Well, it definitely is in the deed somewhere. I
Yeah,
Years ago noticed that.
yep.
That's how I discovered.
Well, it'd be good just to maybe do a parenthetical thing underneath their thing that says, this property is burdened by your water right, and leave it at that. I mean, I don't think we have to locate it, or, but just so that,
Or it could say, you know, located approximately 150 feet north of
Yeah.
property boundary L6 or something to that
And
effect.
where are you suggesting that be indicated?
underneath where it says the prices information, because it's burdening that parcel.
Yeah, I would just put it right underneath where. the
So,
bird is.
and then, do they own the land between L5 and the stone wall, correct?
L5.
This area right here, she's.
Yes, they do.
They own that, and was that supposed to be their driveway, or is that an old farmway?
I think it must have been an old farm, right? There's, it's field, so
Yeah.
it doesn't, I don't detect any road bed there.
Yeah,
To the north of our property was a Wagner Christmas tree farm, and probably
Right.
before that was a sheep pasture.
right,
So it was probably, just as this other road that's hashtag in,
yep.
there's probably agricultural access to
Yep.
a hayfield or pasture.
Yep. Okay, I just think you should call that out if it's there, and, you know, if there's any, at least we're acknowledging that that's there, even though we don't have the.
And I can work with you on figuring out, pull that information from the deed. to-
Okay.
Yep,
And I assumed, Tim, if anybody ever wanted to use that well, they would have the right to replace that pipe, probably,
I would assume so,
right?
yeah.
well,
Yeah, that's an assumption.
It depends on what's on the deed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, cause if you, yeah.
Get access to the water, but if you can't get there and you're not supposed to maintain and manage the distribution line, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 7, just to add that reference.
Yep.
To prices. Okay,
8, a location of existing parks or other open space or significant natural human-made features.
mm,
No, I think it's not applicable.
Not applicable. Location of proposed utilities, wells, septic systems, buildings, drives, parking areas, stormwater drainage lines, drainage structures, and drainage ways. So we've talked about the pipe coming out of the pond.
Yep.
Where is the septic system for the existing house?
It's, basically due west of the house is the tank, and then the field is probably, well, the tank's probably 15 feet from the house, and the septic system is probably another 30, 40 feet
Yeah.
beyond that.
so pretty much where there's that note leaning over, see map references, 1, 2, bears.
So unless we wanna waive it, that should probably be shown.
So I would say just approximate area of,
Yeah.
of septic system would be a better note than saying, here it is.
Right.
Approximate location of septic system.
Is electric utilities showing up? Electric lines?
Is the power on the backside of the house?
Correct.
Yeah, those are shown.
Those are the dots.
The circles with the two,
Gotcha.
with a line on each end.
It's not funny that it runs in your backyard.
Co-op?
Yep.
Yeah.
So how would the, new parcel access
That's a good question.
electrical power?
I would assume that there's a pole right here. And I assume we can
Yes.
bring it in.
Where is that pole? That might be the pole right there.
Well, for the new, when you go down to this,
Oh, yeah.
so
come
either,
from here.
you either come from here or,
There's no
So
pole
the
there.
driveway's.
Oh, yes, there's a
right
pole there, I'm
there.
sorry.
Yep, there's a pole right there.
so you
Yeah,
bring it in.
Either way.
Yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, it's just.
People
there's-
satisfied with that number?
Well, I
nine?
mean, it's just, it's a proposed utility for the new lot, is the only, it says existing and proposed, so I
Are
would.
you gonna run it underground, or?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
I'm assuming we have put one pole on our property
Yeah.
side and then
Yeah.
run. Yeah.
Just run it under the road, yeah.
no,
No,
no, that's horizontal boring.
This is not
I
a
just
scenic
dug up
road,
that
is this a
road,
scenic
right?
road?
I beg to differ.
Back out when I ran the railroad.
It's not designated as a
Just
scenic
dug
road.
it up in the back on Sunday morning.
Well, I'm sure you did.
It's a very nice
I'm
corner
sure
right
that-
there.
that Freddie was right there with you, right?
No, it was actually, before.
There is a pole by all 41, there's a pole on that side of the road anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I
I'm
mean, is
fine
this,
with
this is a
what we've
proposed,
got.
proposed house site, is it not?
I think it was Alley Pike, actually, I called Alley.
Yeah, so you,
mhm.
do you wanna have the proposed
Sure, no problem.
power shown on?
Well, there's already a line crossing the road, so, they're probably just gonna put one, how far
What does UGU stand for?
underground?
Then it is,
Utilities.
then it's here,
Oh, okay,
it's shown,
yeah, underground utilities.
there you go. Just too many icons.
All right, so we all good with the
Yeah.
utilities and
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Location of zoning district boundaries.
There is not, but it's all in the rural zoning district, so we can have them just add another note to the plot
Yep,
stating that.
did you wanna tell us something about the map and lots and all that?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
on
there's a lot wrong with the map and lots.
470, I was looking for 470,
There
and
is
it's
no-
really
Yeah.
407, I believe.
Yeah, so,
And then, yeah,
let me start from, first of all, there's no addresses for any of the lots. It does call for name and address and map and lot number, so
Right.
they need to add the addresses.
Did you get a butter list though with addresses?
Yes,
Okay,
so, that's not a problem, it just, they need to add the addresses to
to the
the,
final plan.
and before, and then, because this was done in May, have those addresses and owners been?
no, they've not, I checked before I sent out the
Okay,
notices.
Okay, great,
Um,
no changes?
No changes.
Okay, great, yep.
So, the addresses, and we'll start out with the Megan McLean. that should be 407, not 470.
Yep.
I have a question at L10. Lot 40797 comes in, and they are joined by a single point.
Yep,
I included them as an abutter.
they are,
And so I think that 40797 should be added to
yep,
the map.
yep,
When we get down to the Kendall Hoyt, that needs to be completely removed because the Hoyt would be over where the table is.
over
Oh.
here,
Yeah, and it's not an abutting lot.
oh,
It actually, Brett Ryan's lot comes up and hooks into, or comes around, and then there's a narrow band of Brett's lot and then the Hoyt's lot.
so, and that's on the other side anyway,
Yeah, so that's,
so we just take that out.
that needs to come out.
Okay.
And then, the parcel for Brett Ryan is 407/86.1, not 83.
Which?
Or not 86.3,
Oh,
So it's what?
86.1,
it's 86.1.
Okay.
So those are all the things that I found with the addresses and or the
Mhm.
lots that need to be
mhm,
corrected.
Yeah, I was wondering that the boundary of the tributary here, it says it runs to point C. I was trying to find point C.
David, that single point is Hoyt, right?
Right, L10, it comes in, the McLean's come in straight and Hoyt's come in at an angle, and so it meets right there at that point.
Right.
There's no adjacent
No
lines,
other-
it's just,
Other line.
it just
a
comes in at a
single- right,
point.
right.
But I would consider it an abutter, and I noticed it as an abutter.
well, it is a butter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so point
Point C,
C,
is that where the tributary runs into Trout Brook?
I don't know,
Which one are you talking about?
so it's a reference to a point C, but I don't think there's any point C.
It's not a big deal because we know where the boundary is anyway, I guess.
But it shouldn't reference something that's not there,
Yeah.
so.
we just cross out 2.C. Is that from the deed?
That may be from the deed referencing another plan.
Yeah,
Or just locate point C on the map.
Either way.
yep,
On the page 1 of 3 of this other set,
Yep.
there's something called Zone AE on the plan?
Yep, that is the flood zone.
What does that mean?
That means that FEMA has designated that as a flood zone.
Okay.
And if you look back on, there is a reference to,
flood prone areas, it's on C3 and it's 13, so it's,
Yep, there we go.
D13 flood zone areas.
Yep.
And it's kind of a requirement of the flood insurance program that land in flood zones be shown on subdivision plans.
Okay, so that's what this cross-hatching is,
Yep.
okay. So as long as that's understood by others, then I'm fine with that.
yeah,
Okay. So under, we're still on section D, site plan survey map number 11. the addresses and lot numbers, we've exhausted those concerns?
Yep.
Okay.
Is Betourne actually in a butter?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because this sliver of land looks like it's owned by Price. No?
When I looked at the tax map, it did show them as,
It's across the street though from the big lot on the south. Like right here. So it's anybody who lives in New Hampshire or across the street or stream, so this would be,
Oh, I
it
get it.
doesn't
Okay,
abut
I get it,
the
I get it.
home lot,
Doesn't
it
abut
abuts
the
the new
home
lot,
lot.
yeah, it abuts the new big lot,
Yeah.
the new home lot, yeah.
The site location map is shown on the
yep, and on the
overall
plat
site
itself.
plan. Oh, and on this one, yeah. So that's the rest. Okay. All surface water on and within 200 feet of the site.
It's not shown on the actual plat, but it is shown on the top, sheet for the septic.
So will that be,
This one.
I did not bring my copy of the subdivision regulations, does that need to be shown on the subdivision plan
It
itself?
does show that
Or-
that is under that it does, it's need to be shown on the subdivision plan.
Okay, so then we need to have it on there just to be in conformance, I mean, it's an application requirement which they've satisfied, but if it has to be on the subdivision plan, because that's what FEMA wants, then it should go onto the subdivision plan.
Okay.
Of course, I don't even know if FEMA's gonna exist anymore, but
Yeah, very true. He talked about getting rid of FEMA at the end of the year.
I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the flood insurance program is still and, I mean, we need to certify that we are conforming with that program in order to
Right.
qualify for disaster relief and blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, so hopefully it'll still be there.
Yeah.
Property setbacks according to table 5.1.
No, those are not shown.
Could that just be added as a note for rural district, the front, side and rear?
Yeah, we could just add it as a note.
Yeah, just add it as a note, I don't think it needs to be
Right.
put on the plan and shown, because, I mean, the 15-acre lot is big, and it just kind of muddles up the 3.3-acre lot. So just add a note.
Yep.
To the subdivision plan, though.
Yep.
Yep.
So then final plat after,
And that's,
after approval, that has to all happen. Sewage disposal,
oh, there's still the lot size density calculations, that,
Is that submitted?
oh,
no, it's not submitted.
So, did the zoning board waive that, or?
No, the zoning board did not waive that.
Okay, then we should get that.
Can you clarify what that means, Vicky?
Basically, you'll have to have either your surveyor or the person that did your septic, whoever you choose to do it, create a table that says this lot is X number of acres. It has X number of acres of conservation districts, and then when we calculate the size of a lot, we subtract a portion of those conservation districts from the lot. And then that becomes the calculated lot size, and all the density calculations, meaning how big the buildings can be and how much of the lot you can cover with buildings is calculated from that calculated number, not the exact number of acres.
Okay.
okay. Roman numeral 4, sewage disposal,
Looks like we got a plan.
we have plans.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there a backup
place for a backup leach field.
It does not show any backup for the current house or the new lot.
Proposed, yeah. I mean, there's probably a place for it, but I think it needs to be shown.
Well, I don't care about location as much as it could be cited here that we're not constrained. So, I mean, a note from the septic designer to say you could put a backup field on this new lot would make me happy.
I think I'd be more concerned with the smaller lot and what's left on that.
Well, there's nothing we can really do about that unless, I mean, in some cases, people have had to reserve a septic area, on the adjacent lot for the, like, original lot. That's the case in my house, but.
But I mean, I think that has to be identified at this point rather than leaving it to the future. I mean, that's the whole intent of this requirement is
Right.
to make sure that both the proposed house and the existing house have replacement leach field areas.
Yeah, because the assumption, Tim, is that every leach field will fail at some point.
Right.
So that's why,
Right.
they think about where you're gonna put the new one.
So if you have to have your septic guy do anything, when, as he says, there'd be no problem with the new big lot to find it, and then for him to, or her to, say that either you're constrained so that it would have to be replaced in place, which some people just have to dig up their systems and put it in the exact same place, just adding different material, or that there's a adequate place on your lot. And your existing leach field is 75 feet from your well now?
I haven't measured it, Vicky, but I would say it's at least that far.
Cause that's like the one kind of constraint that you would have is, well, distance from your property line, but also it's more important the well. So, and I don't, if that same person could say, oh, you could put it, do you have stuff in your backyard?
Well,
Tennis board or swimming pool?
The question would be that the septic field is in the low point of that 3.4 acres.
Uh-huh.
So the field would have, I guess it can be done, but the septic would have to be pumped uphill to a
Yep.
field.
Yep, that's very common.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, or as Vicky said, you could put it in the same place, I guess.
Yeah.
I would just-
If the
Well-
designer felt that
Yeah,
was
I would
appropriate.
talk to the designer and find out where he feels a replacement system would be appropriate on your current lot,
Right.
or where your house lot, call it.
And that information I will
Yeah,
have to
then-
share with you.
And then have it, have them, put it as part of the, well, do you want it on the plat, or do you want it on because they're two separate people doing,
I think it's appropriate to have it on the septic design plans.
okay, so I have,
I don't understand why this is necessary, so somebody needs to explain it to me.
so if they're allowing you to split these two in half.
The two properties.
The two properties.
Yeah,
The board is making sure that the smaller property has a place for a replacement septic system before they allow you to break it up. So that if you sell that and that septic system fails, the board
Mhm.
knows that there is a place that a new septic system can be placed. And that way, the board is not just saying, well, too bad for the new owner if they can't find a place.
so this has to happen to everyone who sells their house.
I mean, for my house, Stadheims live right next door to me.
Mhm.
There's an easement on their property which would enable me to put a leach field on their property in the event that my leach field failed. And that was a condition of.
Of the
appro-
sale?
Of the approval, because back when the Lacasses owned my house, they got a subdivision, and it was just to ensure that I could, or whoever owned my house, which, it wasn't me at that time, but, could put a leach field somewhere so that it would, get rid of the waste in
Mhm.
an environmentally acceptable way. So it's not, and I don't want to have to burden your new lot with a easement like that. So what we'd like to do is just be sure that your existing house and everything on the north side of the road, you could get either a replacement field there, or a note from the designer to say it makes sense to dig this up and replace in you know, in the current location, just their best assessment of what somebody would do if your leach field failed. So that.
And this isn't because you're selling the property, it's because you're creating a subdivision. So you're starting with a 18-acre parcel and you're subdividing a 3-acre parcel off of it.
Hopefully, you won't have to worry about it in your lifetime.
Well, the other thing is.
Well, it's been 43 years and
Yeah,
it's
our
doing
job
great.
is to
Yeah.
make sure that every lot that we create, has a place for, safe place for a driveway,
Yeah.
place for a well, place for a septic system.
Yep.
And so that's just what kind of what we're doing here by reviewing this, is to be sure that at a minimum, that's what each lot has.
Okay, thanks.
So that's to be provided.
Well, I think an opinion from the septic designer would be okay.
Oh, right,
You know,
yeah.
we don't need a design, we don't need to
No.
see a location. They put in, this is the approximate location of the existing system, and get a statement that that's the place. Or they might say, this would never pass state inspection, and therefore you would need to put it up the hill and have a pump system if it needed to be replaced.
Right.
It's, you know, that would be up to the designer to offer that professional opinion.
Provide results of all soil tests, perk rates, et cetera.
Yeah, that should be on that sheet that,
Yeah, we got it right here. This little thing on the right above
Yeah.
the title block is about the test pits. And then where perk rates are there. I mean, the perk, they've got,
There's three, there's
Right.
two near the
Here.
leach field.
well, here's another one. So there's,
Oh, there's four.
yeah, well, there's at least four. I mean,
Maybe
sometimes.
they didn't
Well,
put this on the, here.
Well, why, I mean, it's not really, what they're showing is that this is a consistent kind
Right.
of
Right.
soil there. And so that, I don't know if they added bedrooms or something, that there's a place to expand that leach field if they wanted to.
Right, yep.
or as a replacement.
Or the replacements area would go down there.
Here.
And is 2 acres, I mean, sorry, 2 acres, is 2 inches, 2 minutes per inch kind of our standard for us? We don't like to have it faster.
There are no standards for septic, it's whatever the state allows.
So we took that out.
Yeah, we took that out.
Okay.
The state regulations evolve so fast, trying to keep up with them this is before my time,
Yep,
but it was
yep.
just too difficult to
Yep.
keep up with that, so that
Yep,
whatever the state is
yep,
approves.
yep.
Did they say when they did these or not?
July.
July's 12th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Moving on, to, Roman numeral 5, surface water runoff, sedimentation and erosion. Plans to control surface water runoff, to protect the surface water quality.
No, there's nothing that was provided.
Well,
Do
so
we need that?
how far away from the brook is all this work gonna be?
So here's the,
I think the house site is, proposed house site shows you on the map.
Okay,
so we are 1 inch equals 50 feet.
Well, this shows 291 feet for the house from, yeah.
So
Yeah.
almost,
So there's a brook on that side, or is this the brook here? Here's the pond. Oh, there's
there's a
this.
well for the big cat,
Oh, okay,
And then there's a tributary that comes down from,
yep.
so,
Okay. Yep.
yeah, I mean, it looks like most of the site disturbance is gonna be up and away from,
plus isn't there steep going up this way?
there's steep here going down.
Yeah, just below where the house site is, it gets steep down to the,
Down toward the brook.
yeah, there's two, there's like
There's a shelf here.
a shelf there.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's steep here, steep here. Yeah, I don't think, and then, is this, are these just showing, along, the detail along the driveway? I didn't see this, so I haven't looked at the.
Yeah,
one.
there's, if you look at the third sheet, there's actual, the,
The driveway plan, but
Yeah.
is that just showing what ditches or?
yeah, and the ditches are called out in the, on the third sheet.
This looks like
this is
it's all
all
detail for the
sewer
septic.
details.
Might be the fourth sheet then, this is the last sheet, it's the,
Yeah, here's a stone line ditch, oh, and a grass line ditch.
Oh, look, just for folks' edification, we recently looked at a project that had a very steep driveway, and we were asking for a driveway section. These folks have a driveway section,
Right, and they also have a profile,
and they also have a profile.
which is very helpful.
Yeah.
And having your ditch details are great, so yay. You always wanted ditch details probably, but you got them.
Yeah,
It's like snow tires, you have to have them.
Yeah.
culvert head wall.
Well, so many ditches are not put in right, so it's nice to have that standard.
Just- yeah. Okay. I think we're satisfied with that requirement.
And then your historic feature is the barn,
they built the barn, so I wouldn't consider
it's
your,
not that historic.
it's not that, you,
Oh, no.
No, no, that would be
I would
stretching.
consider that not applicable.
About 20 years old.
This is an NA,
And then, okay,
and then,
title matters. Most recent deed for the property.
Yep,
you got that?
It's on file.
I have it on file.
Okay, so you'll be able to get the
The,
wording for
For
the
the-
well,
yep,
and that pretty much covers the
A and B.
A and B.
yep.
Yep, great.
So we need the well easement.
Well wording, yeah. Well, might not even be.
Is it well wording or good wording?
It sounds like a, yeah, it's the water rights
Yeah.
wording, it's like not
Yeah.
even an easement. Provide all relevant information as required under section 4 of the subdivision regulations. I didn't bring my copy, so,
They have the, on that map, it shows the flood prone
just shows the
district
zone.
or area.
Yeah,
The house and barn are not anywhere near,
No,
not
no.
close to it, so
so we don't have to have elevations or.
Right, we don't have to.
Okay, so that's a yes, we have.
it's either a yes or not applicable. I'm not sure how you wanna,
Well, no, but they showed the zones.
Yeah, they showed the zones, so I-
that's a
Zone
yes.
A.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with a yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we've been through the checklist, so this enables us to indicate whether the application's complete.
One other item I would like to bring up is the signature section
Yep,
for you. I'd like to change that to the standard one that's just by the board, not by the town clerk.
Yeah.
So we'll change,
okay,
we'll ask I'll get wording for that block for you, but just to, whatever the standard one we have for,
Yeah. And then, Vicky, what about this Orford?
oh yeah, in the top upper right corner, it's at the are shown according to current assessor records for the towns of Orford and Lyme. So it's just for the town of Lyme.
I didn't know if, and I didn't check, how far north these properties went, if they went to the,
Well, that would be a long way.
that'd be a long way. Okay,
No,
so-
take a look at the inset map, that shows you.
Oh, yeah, so it does,
Go
yeah,
through the town forest.
right, so, okay, so we need to take that
It'd be
out.
like a
Yeah,
mile,
so just
2
for the
miles.
town of Lyme, not for Orford. They-
Yeah.
Where was that again? I saw,
Oh, up here in the
Upper-
upper
upper
right
right here.
corner.
Oh.
The survey,
Towns of Orford and Lyme.
the survey.
Yeah, I mean, that's just confusing.
sorry, I saw that and then could not remember where I saw it.
Yep.
And let me just, I had a list of things to go through. Yeah, that covered everything that was on my list.
Okay. So we need to determine that this is complete with the following.
With all the revisions.
Revisions that were,
Yep, and I have all those
Written down,
written down,
good.
Great.
so you just need a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that's complete, kind of with the understanding that the information that was flagged will be submitted or added to the plans.
I'll second.
okay? All those in favor, say aye.
Oh,
Aye.
Okay. David's out.
well,
Two,
it's okay.
yeah, it's
We
four.
have a majority.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a quorum.
And,
So now we need to discuss,
well, we opened the public hearing too.
oh, okay. Oh,
Did
so
any-
the public hearing wasn't opened when we started?
No, you just going through, making sure that the,
Okay.
Yeah, then-
So I apologize, I'm not that experienced at doing these. Mr. Chair for you.
you're doing fine.
So we'll now open the public hearing and accept public comment, I guess.
Do we receive anything in writing?
I did not receive anything, no phone calls, didn't talk to anybody.
Have you guys talked to your neighbors about this?
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, they asked,
Right, yeah, yeah.
they asked, if we wanted them to come and
Uh-huh,
support it. but
oh, it's not nice.
didn't they- Yeah,
Yeah.
we have good neighbors.
Yeah, well, I think it goes a long way for you making the information available to them, and if they don't get, you know, certified, well, they have to come in.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
get
all knew,
information.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, great, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Well, this is why nobody's here
Right.
jumping up and down going, what's going on, so that's wonderful.
So discussion amongst the board.
Well, I'm happy that these guys can find a place to downsize and stay in line.
Well, thanks, Vicki.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not everyone can manage that, so
It's true.
congratulations and, yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
David, I presume that we could approve this contingent upon the items that were identified during the checklist.
Yep, and will you just have me check off all those? And so what well, you can also check when you sign, because you're gonna be signing the plats when they're completed, so.
Okay,
But I will check everything,
I'm gonna rely on your checking.
so.
A motion?
Yeah,
Oh, I just have one, so when the conservation district map is submitted, they might or might not need to go to the zoning board again, is that?
They may need to go to the zoning board to cross, there's some agricultural soils between the road and the proposed house site.
Mm-hmm,
And so to cross, have the driveway cross,
So that'd be a special exception.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
so I would say that, that is something that is outstanding and would need to, you know, be a condition of approval, is that they get the necessary zoning, approvals.
And Vicky, how would that be accomplished? Is that a zoning meeting or?
Yep, you'd have to go to the zoning board like you did for the,
Variance.
the variance,
Okay,
showing where the driveway is and the fact that it crosses the agricultural soils conservation district, and get a special exception to do so.
Do we need to opine on
Do you have to do, I
Do
didn't,
we have to say anything about that back to the zoning board?
no,
No.
We don't have to give an opinion, right?
no, because before I will approve the house plans and give them a zoning permit to build and put the driveway in, I will,
Yeah, but there's nothing where they need to come back, it's not like steep slopes where they need to come back to us if it was a steep slope.
no,
Cause if, I would wanna like sign off on it now so they didn't have to come back to us.
yeah, no, it is, there is no steep slopes there, it's just
So
agricultural.
so
soils.
where are the agricultural soils, and are we, bifurcating the agricultural property here, or
Yes.
what are we doing?
Hold on just a second. And this will take a while because I'm on wireless instead of hardwired.
Yeah, so they're not building on agricultural soil.
No, they're not building on agricultural soils.
The crossing and,
Just the
and,
driveway.
in my way of thinking too, you have to put a value on stuff, and I think that, the value of the setback from from Trout Brook is more important in my value system than it is to cross the ag soils. So I would prefer that riparian area be as quote wild as it can be, and that development is as far away from the water to try to keep the water as clean as it can be without worrying about surface runoff.
I mean, that's our priority too, for sure.
Yeah,
In order for this to be ag soils, they had to, at one point, had at least 3 acres of soil, of
No, it-
agricultural soils there, right?
No, even if there's a square foot of agricultural soils, it's agricultural soils. The 3 acre is a requirement. If the zoning board, there is, for the special exception, you have to put an easement on, you're allowed to develop up to 25%, you have to put an easement on the remaining 75%.
Mhm.
Even if you only develop 2%, you still have to put an easement on the remaining 75%. Does not make sense, the board really needs to look at that part of the zoning. I keep harping on that every year, but it makes no sense to, how do you determine 75% if you're only using 2%? I don't know. But this is the property, the driveway will be going right through the ag soils, right in this area, right here. And then the development area for the house is down in this area, that is
Yep.
non-ag soils.
yeah, which is kind of what we hope people do, is minimize the impact to the ag soils and put the main part of the development in the non-ag soils, so
Yeah.
that's what they're doing.
Right,
And in this case, there's no way of getting to the,
right, they don't have a choice with the driveways.
right, because the ag soils are all,
Right,
Right.
so,
And so the bottom line is, they could potentially have developed 25% of the ag soils.
yes.
And so they're just going
So they're just putting a driveway across,
across it.
yeah.
So is that just a narrow strip of ag soil?
That is just a narrow strip right along where the road
Huh.
goes. And even this ag soil here, I'm not sure I agree with, because that's an awful steep area.
It's a really steep area.
was that
I would agree with you.
Yeah, it's-
well, the
it's-
thing is that ag soil supports pasture and, animals as well as field crops, so.
I get a 24% slope through,
Is that true?
yeah, and it's, if
Wow.
you look at the ag soils, it's
No,
Same.
like 8%.
they're
It's-
not,
yeah.
they're not 24%
I think it's 8 to 15%.
Mountain goats, so the ridging mountains.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't necessarily agree with the,
Well, was it actually done by aerial survey, or, I mean,
no, it was done by, they looked at aerial photography, they looked at slopes, and they said, I think it's here.
no, they got
Yeah.
out,
So-
I know the guys who
I know,
did the
Ray
Bethany
Lobdell
County
was-
survey, and
yeah.
they got out, they rode the roads.
Yeah, they do.
And they were out with augers and, and
It's
aerial
It's
photographs.
soil type, right, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
site,
Yeah.
it's type, so they have
Yeah.
to look at it.
Yep, Yep, and the further away you get from the roads, the less accurate the delineations are. So this should actually be a pretty good delineation since it's right close to the road, but, who knows?
But that's the only conservation district that's impacted is the agricultural soils.
Right, if you look, this,
Well, I guess in the steep slopes.
right, those are my calculated steep slopes,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. And
The
I,
blue, this there?
yeah, the blue.
Wow, that's crazy.
What, it made me question my calculations, of course, because, the soils usually are pretty good.
Yeah.
But I started looking at the topo lines in there,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a 24% slope
Wow,
in there.
Huh.
So
well,
I figured my program actually was working.
right, well, they're not
So
proposing
when they
development.
do their, the calculation that we were asking to be done for density, lot density, that will be impacted by these
Yes,
two conservation districts?
yes.
Okay.
And if, for some reason, they don't have enough developable land, can they then ask the zoning board for relief? Otherwise, that voids our subdivision approval, I mean, so I don't wanna,
That, I'd have to look at that to see what, you always ask for a variance, I mean, that's,
yeah, well, it
So-
could be that there's then a special exception and another variance.
right.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that concern, Vicki? I didn't quite follow it.
Well, with the conservation districts, basically taking away developable land area, we want you to end up with a certain amount that's for development, and it could be less than what the standard is. So it may be that you'd be seeking relief from the zoning board for that. I don't know what this would sugar out to be. And then, are steep slopes the most stringent, or is the shoreline setback the most stringent?
Steep slopes are the most stringent, then.
You don't get counted twice, so if you have ag soil, there's a debit, and if you have steep slopes, there's a debit, and there's shoreline, there's a debit.
And, yeah, I don't count twice, and, the way I do it is whatever has the highest value, so steep slopes comes out at 80%.
Right.
And ag soils come out at either 40 or 60%, or, yeah,
And you want the
60%
other,
or,
yeah.
and so, this is just doing a quick calculation.
Yeah, well, I just wanna be sure that if they have to go back to the zoning board, they only have to go once,
Yep,
and that everything is addressed at that time, so that they don't have to go.
well,
back.
I would try to set that up anyway,
Yeah.
because, when you come to for the building permit for the house, then if you need to go to the zoning board, then try to cover everything. I hate going back and forth.
Yep.
It wastes everybody's time. This one does not use my steep slopes calculations, I need to get that changed, but
Yeah.
So what is that calculating for us, Dave?
this is doing the density calculations, or at least what I consider the,
Right.
So so their surveyor doesn't have to do this if you are doing it for them, is that correct?
I can,
I mean,
if
yeah,
you would
I
prefer
mean-
their surveyor,
Well, if you can do it, it seems like it's much more efficient.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it just sounds like you need to just spend some time and do it accurately.
Because one way or the other, you're gonna spot check or check the surveyor's
Yeah.
calcs anyway.
so based on, my numbers, you would get a building footprint of 6,271.1 square feet, which
Which would be the maximum?
that would be the maximum for a single building,
No, is that the building or you said the footprint? Is
the
that
footprint of a single building.
Just the building? itself?
6,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So you could build a.
So if you're
12,000
downsizing,
if you
I'd
had
say
double-
that's probably
two stories, you
adequate.
could build a 12,000 square foot house.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And then you would have up to 26,000 square feet of buildings combined, so the barn and the,
But also the driveway.
not in this district.
Or if we wanted to put
Oh.
on, if we wanted to put on a, east wing like Trump is doing.
Right, exactly.
There you go.
If you
Your
want a
ballroom's
golden
not
ballroom,
even-
Ballroom, yeah.
It's not gonna
I will
fit.
shoot that down immediately and deny it.
And I would hope you would.
Yeah, the ballroom's not gonna fit.
Yeah, but anyway, that's my calculation, and I think it would be bumped up because the steep slopes that I'm using for this are the old ones, which actually cover a greater area,
Mhm.
so.
It sounds like you're safe.
Good. Yeah,
It's just where we sled.
Good sledding hill.
so yeah, if the board is fine with my calculations, I'd be happy to do the density calculations, so
Yeah,
you
so
don't have
let's
to pay.
just say that that has been submitted and, so that they don't have to ask their professionals to do it, right? So use David's calculations.
Um,
So that is, number three.
Number 3, yeah.
And can you put a copy of that into their file?
Yeah,
then?
I just print this out. and
Yep, great, thanks.
I wanna change this to actually use the better
Okay, yep,
steep slopes.
Yep.
Just,
so then it looks like it's just gonna be the crossing the ag soil
yep,
request to the zoning board.
So that puts us,
So that's just another, that would be a condition of approval that they receive their zoning approval before construction.
before construction or before signature of the subdivision plat?
I would say prior to construction, because right now you said you're holding off due to the prices of materials and the cost of.
Or sort of a temporary pause, yeah.
Yeah,
So I would get the plat signed, and I'm not going to issue a zoning permit for the house if they are crossing ag soils with the driveway without going to the zoning board,
Right.
so.
Okay.
Okay,
There
so
is-
that needs to be in our notice of action, so that, say, for example, you guys decide to go to Florida instead of go here, that the buyers will know that that's something that needs to be
Yeah,
attended
I
to.
have a note to put it in
Yeah.
as a condition.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
okay. I don't know, maybe Canada, not Florida.
Yeah, I'm not thinking Florida would be my
Yeah,
choice.
Yeah,
Curacao, a little further south.
So, I think we could entertain a motion.
If Dave had made a motion to approve?
I hadn't, but I will.
Okay.
I'll move that we approve it, subject to the conditions delineated during our checklist review.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Tim seconding that? All those in favor, say aye.
David, aye.
So we just need additional information submitted
Yep.
and they can work with you to go to the zoning board so they can keep this moving along.
Yeah, well, if you're not doing, we have to be careful because the zoning board, there's a time limit on
Right.
their decisions. So if you don't use their decision within a certain amount of time, you have to, I think it's 2 years now, then you have to go back to the zoning board and get,
well, they already have one decision with a clock.
right, but that has been in my opinion, has been used because they've brought it to the planning board
Oh, I see.
for action, and so it's been acted upon.
Well, you guys can put your driveway in and then you're all set, right?
Well, we can't until we
No, you
get,
get your zoning approval, get your driveway in, and then wait for your, building materials to go down in price before you do your.
Yeah,
Oh,
if that's how
I
you
know
wanna
what
do
you
it, that's,
Yeah, I mean, just to, you know, get that solidified or whatever, you know,
Well, it's 6 of one, half it, well, maybe not half
I
it,
don't know.
but,
It depends on how
It's
much
not
you
a
like to
difficult
go.
these
driveway.
things take a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, yep,
Anyways, what I don't want you to have to do is go to the zoning board, get approval, and then have it delayed for 2 years, and then you come back to me and I say, I'm sorry, your zoning
Yeah.
I know.
approval
I would
is
go and then stuff in
lapsed.
your driveway so that you've started it. I mean, you've got your driveway permit, right? So.
Yes, they do.
Well, we did, yeah, we got it okay, but that's where that's the issue you're talking about, is
Yeah,
where
well, the driveway permit covers the first 30 feet of the driveway.
Oh,
but
right.
Because you're crossing ag soils, before you build that driveway, I need you to go to the zoning board to
Right.
get approval to cross those ag soils.
right. And we simply just go ask?
It's a special exception, and I'll help you,
Okay.
get, like I did last time, get everything put together for the board and, but like I say, you need to make, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure you're going to put the driveway in, so that, putting hard pack down, and otherwise, if you try to do it after the 2 years, the zoning board decision will have lapsed, and you hadn't acted on it, and you'll have to go back to the board to ask again, and just, that way you're not
Yeah,
bouncing back and forth.
right, gotcha.
So, but if you decide you don't wanna put the driveway in right now, you can wait to go to the zoning board. It's not going to, there's no harm on, that one.
But then, if they don't go to the zoning board, then they won't get approval.
Right, for
Of
the
subdivision.
separation of the,
Well, okay, so is, the condition is that they have to get zoning board approval prior to construction. Are you saying that you don't want, that was
No,
what,
the subdivision should be independent of that.
Should be, yeah.
Okay.
that was what my thought,
But the subdivision that we approved has a specific driveway and house location, so it seems to me that we shouldn't be issuing a
But I mean, what if
subdivision
that
that they could go,
changed?
they could market. I mean, they could turn around and say, we've changed plans, we now wanna sell the 15-acre lot with the proposed house site. And that could still that could happen, and then that owner could proceed
yes.
without having gotten approval.
No, because I'm not going to issue a building permit or zoning
Right.
permit
Right.
because they're crossing ag soils.
And
Right.
we've stated as a condition of approval that they get zoning board approval for that.
So that would be in the subdivision approval.
That's
That
what
needs
I
to be.
said when I
Yeah,
said that.
that was
It's
what
part of
that it is
the
part of the
condition.
approval,
Yeah.
that prior to construction, and
Okay.
that to
Prior
me-
to construction, but what, prior to actually subdivision?
If they have to come back, Tom P., that just happens sometimes. I mean, we can approve this, and if they have to come back for a modification, they have to come back for a modification.
So we're approving the subdivision is what I'm saying.
Do you want approval now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't you just vote for the approval?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, we did.
it's-
With the condition.
But with conditions,
With
you see,
conditions,
so
yeah.
are we
Okay.
saying that
Yeah.
the
So-
zoning approval of crossing ag lines is part of the conditions?
Yes,
Right.
We
yes,
are.
yes,
So Rich can sign the plat
Yes, because
And they can
without
sell the
having the
lot,
zoning board.
they can sell the lot.
and that
and-
person is gonna see in their, when they do the
Right.
title work, they're gonna see that the subdivision approval says, oh, I need a zoning approval, and then hopefully David's still in office and will remember, oh yeah, they need that too.
And even if I am not, or I don't even remember, when I get the plan that says we're crossing ag soils, I mean, whoa, no, you're not. You're going to the zoning board first.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
Checks and balances.
there's,
I mean, these guys I assume you need to have the lot separate in order to get a bank loan to get going on your construction.
We'd like to have it separated.
yeah. So, and like I said, I don't think that it's an issue to say it, because it's a condition of the approval that before you start construction, you will get all necessary zoning board approvals. And I would put it that way, not just for the ag soils, because if for some reason the zoning changes and another approval is necessary, you're
But
covered.
does this one get called out, including,
It doesn't, I don't have it specific, I can make it specific,
I
but
wanted it to be specific.
Yeah.
The ag
Because
soils?
it's something that we know that isn't compliant with the zoning right now, so I wanna be sure that that, and any other things, but, and then we solve the density calculation thing while we were meeting here, so that would have been another one had we not had that information. That I would have wanted in the approval, we don't need to now because we've
So one,
satisfied that.
one strategy would be to get the approval from the zoning board and buy $10,000 worth of gravel and put in your driveway, and then you could sit on it.
That's what I would do.
And you can, as long as you want to, you can sit on it, because you've done what needs to be done, and you're done with the boards in Lyme.
Well, you still, I mean, you need to get your septic approval from the state.
Yeah.
And David has to approve it before it goes to the state, so.
But it's not, that doesn't affect the subdivision.
Well, and we need to have we're assuming that that septic plan is gonna be good. If it's not good, then, the subdivision, and we're relying on that being a valid, septic plan. If it's not, that needs to be remedied
in which,
before it goes forward.
again, it would be.
Well, say for example, they decided to build a McMansion, which needed a larger leach field area, there would have to be a new septic plan that would need to be, you know, approved by zoning administrator and the state, so it needs to have a valid, leach field. We don't wanna lock them into that septic plan
Right,
necessarily.
but it would, but
Their building plan
the subdivision would have happened already.
Yes,
It's the,
Yes.
it's the building permit and all of that stuff
Right,
that requires
exactly.
the state
Yes.
approval.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
The lot would no longer be burdened by having to deal with zoning or planning.
well, yeah, I mean, they still do, it still needs to be zoning compliant, but not, doesn't need to come back to us for a
Exactly,
lot.
that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
Yes,
There's
yes.
No
Yeah.
petitioning needed.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll write the condition as, you know, specific to ag soils and any other zoning
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
that
yeah.
may,
Yep, yep.
Exist at the time,
yeah,
yeah,
and that way it will just
okay,
cover everything.
That's good,
all right.
simple,
Easy peasy.
yeah.
Got any other sausage to make?
Well, good,
So you're approved, we'll have to, there's some stuff that we have to have done to the plats and maps, and then.
You send the email with that, or we stop by?
Yeah, let me, give me a day or so, I'm out tomorrow morning and back in the afternoon, so it'll probably be next week when I get stuff going, again, and,
Would it be useful to hand back the maps?
no, I have several other copies, and like I say, it'd be
Because I
done.
don't need them.
Yeah, they're-
I'll take one back.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your patience.
There'll be another set too.
Thanks, folks, good to see you. Thank you.
I can give you your septic plan back, but I
Oh, great.
marked up your other one, so sorry. I just like writing on them,
So I write all over them, because that's,
yeah.
like, all the things I check off, I write down, and all the things that I find wrong.
yep. So it's 8:25 and, I would like to make sure that, well, I'd like to be able to address our survey, so that we can
You done
have
with
a.
that?
Yep, you're all set.
Thank
Run
you.
away.
Thank you.
Guys,
You're welcome to stay if you,
Yeah, you're very welcome to stay.
better than TV.
Can we skip the minutes and jump right into the survey?
Whatever you would like.
So, we had a great meeting, a great conclusion to our meeting, which had been
Continued.
continued.
Yep.
And we have just a couple, I think, a couple of issues that we wanted to defer till this meeting to talk about. I can only remember one of them, Hebe. And the one that I recall was question number 8 on
Yes.
the Lyme Elementary School.
Yes,
And Hebe had some thoughts on that,
Sure.
which I'll let you go ahead and have the
so
floor.
if you recall at our last meeting, I I raised this and I was just like not comfortable looking at, there was something that was bothering me about the numbers.
Uh-huh,
And I finally figured out what the problem was, is that the school population, school-age population of Lyme is 280 something.
Me too.
But the K-8 population is 189. And that is the number, the population that constrains the school plot. And so when you divide the number of residences by 189, you get 0.23 or 0.25 students per household instead of the 0.38, which means that the cumulative additional students, the whole tenor of that question changes, because by 2040, you then hit the 30 students. As opposed to the table that exists
So
at
what
the
did you
moment.
use for,
The table that exists at the moment says by 2040, you'd have 50 new students.
yeah, I clearly did it wrong. I thought that I thought that from the first meeting, the school population was 282 or something.
But
And that was
Well,
what,
that includes the high school.
that includes the high school.
Kids.
right,
Yeah, so
so,
so
so,
I just went back
That's-
and recalculated both based upon 0.23 and created a table with slightly different language that just says the capacity of the school will be at, using the rate recommended by the Regional
so
Planning
what were
Commission.
the numbers then?
Hand this out.
Number of
Okay,
households?
you want to just hand out those two?
So the numbers become 2030 with 45 additional homes, 10 students. Also, Rich's wife suggested not using fractional students. That students come only in whole units, so we rounded them off. 2035, 90 additional homes would add 21 additional students. And by 2040, 135 additional homes would add 31 additional students.
But what were the number of households and the number of students?
Well, in our
189?
cover sheet, we talked about 750 residential properties with 825 households. So either one of those changes in the decimal place, 0.23 or 0.25.
Biddy, how are we figuring, what numbers are we using to figure that?
That's what she just said.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, where did
where do those numbers come from?
Which numbers?
The ones to figure how many students would be per house, you know, with those number of houses.
So,
I talked to the school administration and got what the current K-8 population was,
Right.
and the current entire population. It's in the town report as well.
Right, but we're saying that if there's 45 more housing units,
Right.
we'd have 10, but where's that come from?
0.23.
So there's about a quarter of a child per household in Lyme.
and Tim's asking where that comes from.
Yeah.
On our first page of, in the opening of our survey, we say,
For
for
reference.
reference, there's approximately 750 residential properties,
Right,
parentheses, 825 households. So EB's saying, if we do 750
so we're
residential
just saying if we
properties,
keep it the same as
Yeah,
it is
it's
now.
an average based on the
On what we have
numbers.
what it
now.
is today.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
It could be completely off, if you build a bunch
Correct.
of new houses and are all taken up by families with young
Right.
kids, then.
So I wonder whether it's even worth, I mean, if it,
No,
if
you're
we don't
right.
know whether it's accurate or not, I wonder if it's a good idea to put it in the survey, because it's not, it may be not.
Well, I
right.
mean, the school population has been stable for the last 30 years.
Yeah, up and down, yeah.
but
Stable.
I mean, I guess that counter to that is if you put in housing at the rate that the
Yes.
RPC is suggesting,
Yes, exactly.
it's gonna be different, and whether it's gonna be more or less students, we don't really know.
Right.
Um,
I was just trying to make sure that whatever we said was based on accurate numbers.
Right, no, you're
Yeah.
right, you're absolutely right
Yeah.
for that, yeah.
And if we keep it in though, we ought to make clear that
It's a
it's
guess.
a guess. Or
Yeah.
an estimate.
Which I
Yeah.
think the wording
Sure.
does essentially say that.
So Hebe, are you suggesting a change to the last two lines above the table there? Or,
Yes, if the K-8 population number is divided by the total number of Lyme households, the result is 0.23 students per household. In fact, 80% of Lyme households have no children. As shown below, if housing growth in Lyme were to proceed at the rate recommended by the Regional Planning Commission, and new households matched Lyme's current demographics, the capacity of the Lyme Elementary School would be filled in the next 15 years. As opposed to exceeded. That's all it
So we
changes.
changed from 10 to 15.
so the only other question is whether we want to counter that by indicating that this is a gross assumption that the RPC's growth figures are so much higher than what we currently have that,
We're unlikely to hit these numbers.
or if we hit these numbers, it's not gonna be with the same type of housing that we currently have.
I mean, I think, truth be told, if we really did hit these numbers, we would not be building homes with 2 kids each. We'd be building a lot smaller units where
Smaller, yeah.
people don't have kids.
Yeah.
Like senior.
Like seniors, like,
Yeah, if we.
That's a
if
guess,
It's
and
good.
it might be
All
right,
of-
but
all of
I'm
it's-
not
all of
gonna-
it's guessing.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, the problem, I think people looking at this survey, they're gonna look at this chart, they're gonna read across, and they're just gonna kind of take that as,
Yeah, I mean,
fact.
certainly the way the housing crisis is portrayed in this country
Mhm.
is, it's not primarily for elderly people, it's for younger people. It's the people who can't afford houses, can't afford the first-time houses. So my sense is that if anything, there's gonna be more children per household in
Well-
people that come in.
Except that people are now having 1 kid instead of 2 and
Right.
3.
And I think the other,
None of my kids,
well,
I guess that doesn't apply to my family.
yeah, but you're,
Well, it's,
but
it
that,
is a
I,
guess, I mean.
you know,
it's
I
a-
think, Rich, the other thing is, the demographics trends in the country are, it's decreasing. It is true that we are about the same school population as we were in, 30 years ago. We went down a whole lot, 15 or 20 kids, in the 90s. We went up to 305 kids total in the school.
Mhm.
And we've been decreasing a child per year since then. I mean, pretty continuously, we're decreasing a child per year. And so, you know, it is true that we're here, but we went like this.
Yeah.
So I think people are having fewer kids. And I don't think Lyme is so special.
I mean, you sort of gotta make a decision, do you wanna do anything? Do we wanna say anything about it? Because, I mean, it's not just the school population
Well,
that's
it's
gonna
just
be.
hard. See,
The school population is not the only thing that is gonna be burdened by increased population. I mean, roads, dirt roads, you know, culverts, all of the things that Scott Bailey's.
Yeah, but those things scale more smoothly than the school does. School is a step.
Oh, yes, it's
I
a
mean,
whole
yeah.
classroom.
The other thing is, and I keep saying, I keep harping on this, but Lyme is definitely unique as far as most other towns in the state
Mhm.
because of what we have here, the quality of the elementary school, and because we pay to send the kids to, so it's true, people are waiting to get their kids into Lyme, so that does affect
All I'm
it.
saying is that we can say, you know, you have to pick a place, a point, you know, and try to make some argument or
Yeah.
some statement about it. And, you know, there's a lot of assumptions that go into it.
It's gotta be based on something,
And-
and, yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why we don't go with what Navy wrote.
Yeah, right.
Well, Yeah, but I think we definitely should put something in here that it's an estimate or whatever.
Well, we
Because
could-
I
people
think
are gonna
description
look
makes
at
that
this.
But we
pretty
do
clear,
too.
though.
Yeah.
Well, we could say estimated cumulative additional elementary students predicted, or something like, rather, or instead of having predicted, we could say estimated cumulative, and then take off predicted, so that it's not a statement of fact, like the cumulative additional housing, is that's, or, you know, that's a variable, but, and then we're estimating what we would get.
Your Word document.
I don't know, or maybe put predicted cumulative additional elementary, but just put that in front.
Yeah, I think I suggested that last time, it
Okay.
worked better
Yeah.
to bring that out, because
Right.
it really was an estimate.
Right,
Right from the get-go.
Right,
Right,
because
and-
people are gonna look at this chart here, they're just gonna look
Right.
at this and they're gonna say, well, that's
Okay.
fact, you know,
Okay,
they're just
well,
gonna-
so if you did that, you could also bold, if you use estimated or
Yeah.
predicted, and put that before cumulative in that lower row. And then it's just like, if they wanna take that as fact, fine, but we've done what we can to make it,
Yeah, I mean, I think,
clear that
I
it's an
think, I think the
estimate.
bottom line is that there's going to be an impact on the schools. And depending upon what you consider, you know, a reasonable estimate of what the child per household is, you're gonna see that we get there, and we're going to have to expand. So whether it's 10 years or 15 years, I think it's the same point. It's a different set of people that would react to it, but I think it's the same point.
So
It
should-
needs to be taken into consideration
Should we
when you
just
think about
add a
expansion.
footnote to the table that says these are all estimates based upon?
Well, I think if you just
Sorry.
put estimates in
Or, yeah.
the
I like
columns.
estimate better than predicted, I
Okay.
think predicted it sounds more certain.
Okay, so estimated,
Where are you saying estimated cumulative additional?
yes,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
take predicted out of there.
And if you want it, yeah,
And I
if you wanna
I
bold it.
bolded it,
you
just
can
so
bold it.
that, you know, we're,
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
Clear.
I just think, you know, this is a good faith attempt to
Yeah.
judge what the impact's gonna be. And what the timeline of that impact's gonna be, you know, so.
So
And
then-
they can read it any way they want, but then and they have to answer that last question. I mean, I think that's what we're really asking of these.
So all we're doing is adding to that one cell in the table, estimated cumulative additional elementary school students.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And I
Alrighty.
put that in bold, maybe the estimated, that's all. But, and then with the changes that you have with the 0.23 and the 15, you know, you had already read us some changes. I wasn't here last Thursday or whatever, whenever we met.
Yeah, we didn't talk,
Oh, you didn't?
no,
Okay.
this was something that I
Okay.
figured out,
Okay.
it's just bothering me.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
well, it's a good thing you did.
It's
So
gonna
all,
be-
all I did was round it because of Jackie saying, no partial children.
Mhm.
You know, it's interesting, I think there's about 10 houses for sale in Lyme right now. And it'll be really interesting to see, because we haven't had that many houses for sale that aren't selling for a while.
In a long time.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the school population with that, you know,
Yeah.
just
Be interesting to see if the housing prices stay as high as they have been, or if the price of the houses come down.
Right.
That's what I'm,
They've been inflexible for a long time, inelastic, all of New Hampshire.
Yep.
Things are just staying on the market longer.
I don't know, they're trending down a little bit.
So Hebe, did we have anything else, cause I think
I
we
thought that
went
was,
through everything.
I think that was probably it. We added to, question 13, we said maybe in the future was another additional choice. Do you hope to buy, rent a smaller house? Yes, no, maybe in the future
Okay.
was all.
So we just added, we prefaced that sentence, maybe in the future, do you hope to buy or rent?
Right. And
a
we,
smaller
when we
home?
said, please tell us a little about yourself, we added optional, just because the whole damn thing's optional, but we wanted to make it extra optional, so people don't think we're trying to collect their social security number.
We'll find you.
Did you talk about Lynn's suggestion?
I did.
I mean,
And I
I
think
thought it
that-
was valid, I think,
Which one was,
well, she was saying that she thought that, and I don't know how to word, or how she wanted to word it, but just have something about the fact that there isn't a lot of, in the past, we haven't gotten a lot of response for the surveys, so it's important for you to fill this out
Right.
and, you know, just something to that effect.
Well, we said we are eager to hear from you, and Rich thought that that was pretty good.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna add, a note on the cover of the envelope.
Right, I knew we were gonna do that.
What was that gonna say? Important survey, please don't ignore, or?
Right, it's going on your permanent record.
Is this gonna get mailed with the tax bill?
If you don't fill out the survey,
How to make friends with
you
Marcy,
have to pay
right?
5% more in taxes this year.
Yeah.
You have to fill out the survey to pay your taxes.
yeah.
I forgot what language we had on.
I
for that.
do too. It was pretty simple.
Yeah,
No, I
Yes.
just think it's
Planning-
important to let people know that, you know, we haven't had,
please let your voice.
often there's not much response and it's important to do it.
What did, I think
It was
I think
gonna
what
say
we-
Lyme Planning Board Housing Survey. Please fill out and return by, we were gonna have a
November
date.
21st.
November 21st was where we
21st.
were working.
How about, it is
Yeah, that's-
important that you respond, please fill out.
Your voice
and return
matters.
by. Yeah, your voice
matters,
counts.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Anything to get their attention so they don't
Right.
throw it in the
Right.
trash.
And then we can also pump out a few notes on the listserv as
Yeah.
well to say, here's the link, just go.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't.
So so
Yeah,
Hebe
yeah.
has chatted with the printing people,
Thank you for getting the
Yeah.
estimates.
Yeah, we
Interesting,
got it.
right?
and I sent a letter, David, that did go in, right?
That went to, you wouldn't see it yet, but as soon as you sent it to me,
I
it wasn't
got
on my
that.
computer 5 minutes before I printed it out
Yeah,
and
I just-
gave it to, I took it, put it in a Word doc, just the body, and
Okay.
gave it to Dina, and it's on the agenda for you guys for next Thursday, not next Thursday, next Tuesday to discuss.
With slightly updated information, and I went back to Noman, cause they were just very responsive and very easy to deal with.
Yes, they are.
So
Budget
your
was,
job, David,
budget
is
was
tell
fine,
them
but I
how
had
much
to
work we put
keep
into this.
talking to the person who then would talk to the owners, and then I'd get an email back, and Staples was completely useless, so,
I'm
no-
glad you're finding the exact same thing I did, so I don't feel as,
But I tried budget, and their numbers were not
They weren't
terrible.
too far
They weren't
off, really.
terrible. But what Noman is gonna do is print the survey as 4 sides on, well, it's 11 by 17 paper, and then you fold it in half, and that they can fold. They can't fold things with staples. So, the whole thing, printed, envelopes, everything, $1,025.
That includes postage?
No,
No.
No,
no,
that's
the
just
postage is coming out of my budget, now does that include the envelopes?
$235, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Pretty
that's
good.
everything but postage.
Yeah, and there, we need 2 sets of envelopes, but,
we do?
yes, because we need one for Lyme and one for Lyme Center.
Oh, no, we don't need we don't need 2,000 envelopes. I'm
No,
just-
no, no, but what I was going to
We have
say
some
is,
Lyme Center postal patrons that
Right.
have to be addressed.
it's about 40, and, I think would be better to just have Noman print everything and then just take out 40 and print the envelopes here and,
Well, we could address them 40, isn't that many?
well, it's a postal patron, it's all one.
Oh, okay.
It's one envelope, I print 40 times and
Okay.
walk away and get a cup of coffee and come back and, fill the printer a few times and
Okay.
it's done. And then we may have to take 40 out of the old envelopes and put them in the new, but,
Well, they're not putting them in envelopes. We're gonna have to put them in the envelopes, but
Okay,
we're
so we
gonna
have a
get,
stuffing party.
we're gonna get part A, B, and C, and they're gonna all be tri-folded.
Yep.
And then we will insert,
Then-
we and some volunteers, if we can find spouses,
We can do that.
so,
whatever.
yeah, in that case, it'll be even easier to do the 40.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah. So
we
if
could
worse,
just cross out that.
if worse comes to
number on
worse, and
40
we
envelopes.
don't get the money, then we really can't print them here in the office right here.
No, it's a
No,
massive
it's
job.
too big
We
to,
can't do that. So we had,
It's
right,
cases of paper.
so if we don't get the money, then we're held up for a while. Okay.
well, we got the survey done.
And Rich has loaded it into Google Forms.
Rich Brown has.
Rich
Sure,
Brown.
yes,
Should we
the other
focus
Rich,
on
right.
this? And
And, yeah, let me take a second and talk about it. Do you want to David, please?
oh, sorry.
I've got one. So I took Evie's Word document, copied it, pasted it into a text document, did some massaging. I worked very hard to keep the words identical. And then I have a script that sucks up this text document and squirts it into a Google form. And so it is ready to go.
Well, we haven't exercised it.
Oh, no. So it is now available for all of you trusted people, or all of you beta testers, or whatever we wanna say. As I look at this more carefully, I see a couple things. First off, the page breaks are terrible, but you won't see that on the web because it's just one long page.
Right.
There are a couple funny things happening. If you look at question 3 on the third page, it has section 3A, and then 3B got numbered as question 4. I just saw this as I was thumbing through
So
this.
you have 5 as 4A.
And then it gets worse, because there's a couple of other 5A and 5B.
These are all, don't worry about the minor edits, we'll figure
Yeah.
those.
Do you want me to forward that shortened link to everybody?
I'm sorry, what's that?
The shortened
Yeah,
link.
You may mail that out, yes. So David's gonna mail you out a link.
I has mailed you out a link.
Yes, so it is bit.ly Lyme Housing Survey 2025. So if you were to type that into your browser or click that link, you get to this page. I think I have left it turned on, so you can all, oh, look at that, okay. So there it is.
How did you go from, what did you just click to
So-
bring it up?
I just forwarded you Rich's email, so
Yes.
in that, you're gonna have the shortened link. You
Where's
click
the
on
link?
it,
It wasn't up there.
So we click on it and the survey comes up.
it'll,
It's interesting, this, oh, this is
Redirected it to-
because I'm not paying these turkeys money.
Yeah, so you get an ad.
I'll start to pay them money.
But
So
here's-
there's the survey, and it goes on, it's very much the same words. There is the question numbering, and, you know, maybe we would wanna say, we have question 3A, that says attainable and affordable housing, and then what we have is question 3B. If so, do you have any ideas? We could call that question 4, and that would be the same for other things,
Yeah, so that would carry through,
and that would carry through.
yeah.
Wouldn't change anything. People looking at the, but we wanna make it the same for Word, because if we do,
I need a noun, tell me what you're saying.
yeah, okay.
So you said this is
Yeah,
not the same
it-
wording? You said this is not the same
It
wording?
is.
It's the same wording, the
You said
numbers
it's
are
close,
weird.
but not-
So what we should do is, this is 3A, 3B. If we change this to question 4.
Yeah,
And then the next, there's another AB question, that
Yeah.
should be,
yeah, we could do that.
yeah,
That's-
okay.
Then you just need to change the front page, so we have the number of questions, we're not lying
Right.
about how
Yes,
much
sure,
time we're
right,
taking.
yep,
Well, yes, 15.
yep.
And if you go, scroll back, Dave, a little bit,
you tell me when to
to,
stop.
it's the section where we talk about, the areas of town.
Oh, yes, farther up, there we go. Okay, there was no way to do ranking, mark it as 1, 2, 3, so
Right.
instead, it says, if you scroll to there, okay, please rank the locations. 1 is the most appropriate, 8 is the least appropriate,
Yeah.
and so you say, Lyme Common, I'll click 1, Mountain and Forest, I'm gonna click 8.
And it won't let you click more than one.
I don't think that's true. I don't think
But
we
if, you-
can,
when you click on, oh yeah,
yeah,
click on map of Lyme and description of,
right.
so it's gonna open in another window.
And we have hanging chads, and that one's disqualified.
Well, no, I mean, I think, you know.
What happens then?
Right. I don't believe there's a feature in Google Forms.
Even if they click more than one spot on there.
Right,
Yeah.
could you mark them all as one? And apparently, yes, you can.
That's what I've said, we haven't
Right.
exercised this to see
Yes.
if it works, we've just got the language.
Right. That's a question, how much do we care? If people mark 3 things as one and
Well,
everything else is,
It'll be,
We just have to tabulate it differently.
yeah,
Yeah. But we should then take out the instruction of mark only one oval per row. Right, if that's what we're
Well,
saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can only do one per row.
yeah, it'll,
Oh,
It's
okay.
already automatic.
Okay.
right, so actually, that's interesting.
Well, one per column.
Google Forms says mark only one oval per row.
Okay,
They substituted that, I didn't put those
Right.
words in.
oh, okay,
Um,
so it's,
But it's,
what we mean is one per column.
well, and, yeah, oh, interesting.
We'll have to think about it,
Yes, okay,
we'll work on it, it's not something we wanna do in public meeting, I think it's,
Well, yeah, what if you switch the axes?
yeah.
Could you get 1 to 8 and then the zoning districts across the top? And,
oh.
Ooh.
There you go.
that sounds like.
Well, but you'd have the
So-
same problem,
So-
what do you think?
It
No,
seems to me-
because each district, they're not gonna say, oh, that's one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or, you know, yeah, so.
It seems like having 8 is just asking for a headache in trying to analyze this. Could we get by with just 3?
So, it's an interesting question. So the problem is, in the paper form, we've said, rank these,
Right,
you know, oh, I guess I want the Lyme Common District to be 1, and I want.
And why couldn't we do that? Here?
We
there's-
haven't tried very hard.
Actually, I did.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I didn't try very
You
hard.
didn't try
I
very
didn't
hard.
try very hard.
So there is not a, in Google Forms, there's no way to do that kind of thing. You know, move the item in the priority you want, anything like that.
So you can, but you have a question there where it's a free-form answer. Right, your answer here, the last of the questions.
That's free-form type.
That's just free-form text,
Right,
yes.
why can't you just have free-form text
Mhm.
for each one of those districts and a percentage?
Because you can only have, I think this is true, let me think for a sec. You can only have, for each entry, for each free-form text, it has to be a separate question. So that this would, instead of being question 4A, it would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
I mean, I think I just think it's crazy that we're gonna have 2 different ways of answering and therefore 2 different ways of interpreting
Well,
the
we
same
have to
question.
We have to figure out how to map between.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, the sensible process will be, which is to say, and this is what we did for the community development, survey. So what we did for the community development survey net is that, we got more than 50%, about 50% of the returns electronically. And we had a party, and we just took them, and we fat fingered them in to the form so that we could,
Have one format for all the data.
One format for all the data, so that we could analyze it. And so,
But if people are putting 1,
Mhm.
having more than one vote for one, then, you know, they're skewing
Yeah,
the
we're
results
gonna have to
with the
figure out
written
how to-
thing.
well, I mean, so, but let's think about the interpretation of that. I don't think they're gonna say all of them should be the most, I don't think anybody's gonna click 11111,
Some people will.
or,
See if
Yeah.
Well,
there's
they'll certainly
any
put
flavor.
But it
one, they
won't-
might
but-
put one in more than one spot.
sure. And what does that mean? So what we're gonna say is, of the surveys, the Lyme Common District got mostly ones, a couple of twos, a couple threes. The Mountain Forest District, maybe it got a one because somebody just went down. But the rest are gonna be sevens and eights because it's, I think we've done a good job of saying, don't do this. And we're gonna look at the relative rankings of these. And we're gonna say, even if we were using the form that said, using the paper form, people are gonna say, I want Lyme Common District is 1, I want Mountain Forest is 8, and some sprinkling of those. Each survey will have some number attached to it. If somebody says, I want Common, the Lyme Center, and Lyme Commercial District as 1s, that'll still count as votes for those.
But
It
you're
won't-
still getting
it won't
way
get-
more numbers.
No, we'll
For-
still have one number for each district.
Per questionnaire.
And what it says is, you won't get a relative ranking for that person that clicks 1 for the top 3. You won't know whether they prefer one or the other,
Which
and
one they
maybe that's actually their intent. Maybe they're slightly griped that I have to decide between the Lyme Common and the Lyme Center and the Commercial District.
Right.
I think they're perfect, I think those should be used. And so, I don't know what we wanna do about it. I don't think this is going to produce an inaccurate representation of the town's
No,
opinions.
I'm wondering if we should just change the survey, the written one to that, just so it's the same. It doesn't give exactly the same answer, and I'm just trying to figure out, does it give us an answer? So basically,
You'd
if we
have to-
tried to figure it out numerically,
You'd have to
we
do-
wanna minimize the total score for each district. And,
We'd have to do a little programming for each survey to create a rank order within the questionnaire for
Right.
each survey.
right,
And then,
right. So once we had a rank order, yeah, I guess that's pretty much the best we're gonna get.
but I'd be happy if you guys wanted to take out some of the
One thing
districts.
One thing I might do would be
No,
to,
I don't think that's right, because that's putting our value system on everyone in town, and maybe we're all wrong.
I would,
about where they prefer development.
yeah, I agree.
So I don't think we should do that, so
Right.
it's very
Did you
leading.
print this
Okay,
yourself?
So,
no, I
yeah,
was just,
yeah,
mountain and forest, I was just
Probably,
thinking.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Because
well,
it's
no,
gonna-
if I owned
okay,
all,
'cause
you know,
Cool.
500 acres, I might want all the development
I was
out
just,
there,
you know,
so I could sell it.
Nat was saying was a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of,
yeah.
lot of choices, and I was
Yeah.
just trying
Yeah.
to see if we could.
The other thing I do is I reverse the scale. I think it's counterintuitive to say 1 will equal the most appropriate and 8 the least.
Okay, but that's.
I think I would probably say it the opposite, just so that most goes with the highest number and least goes with the lowest number.
I could-
Otherwise,
I
it
could be
just seems like
persuaded.
you're opening it up for people
Yeah,
getting
I could
confused
be
and
persuaded, yeah.
doing that wrong.
So you're saying in our written one, we would change the rating?
And basically take this whole table and put it in our written one, and just assume that the best we're gonna get is a ranked order, from the town of where they want stuff.
Yep.
I think that what we lose there, okay,
Yeah.
is somebody who feels that developing everywhere
Mhm.
is the most appropriate thing.
Right.
And somebody who feels that developing in only one spot or nowhere
Mhm.
is the most important thing. So the question is, do we add a separate district, quote, that says nowhere, and have them rank that as most appropriate, and a separate one that says everywhere? I mean, that's the only, I think it's a reasonable way
Yeah.
of trying to get at those two ends,
Right.
which we're gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forget if
Yeah,
I
I
put
think
in
we
that
do,
last
even
one.
though
In the
not very
question,
many people,
the way it
it's
is
gonna
at the
cover
Look
moment-
at the paper, the Word
So
document.
what if somebody wants to fill out it online and they also just wanna send it?
Well, I mean, vote early, vote often,
No,
you
I'm just
know,
questioning.
There's no real way of
yeah.
weeding that out, you know,
And, and Rich, the other important thing is that when the question is shown,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to show the entire table. In other words, you can't have people looking at part of this and then having to flip to page 2 to see the rest of the table.
Well,
They've gotta take it all in at the same time, so you
So-
might have to reduce the font or
So-
something to make the table smaller, so it'll fit into whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Nat, I'm gonna be a little blunt here. This is a free survey application that I put a bunch of time in to get the words substantially from the Word document into this.
Right.
First, to your first objection, your concern is, this all scrolls. I mean, so it's,
Okay,
You're
so
gonna
it's
be able
not
to
gonna,
see-
it's not
see
gonna
them
go
all.
page to page,
And-
it's all
It's-
scroll.
see how it's,
Okay, all right, I
and
guess
so-
that's probably.
And they can change their mind if they see,
Right,
Right.
if they scroll
You can
further
scroll
down,
back.
you can punch a different one and that one will go out, and you can change
erase
it
one and
to
change
number
it.
Yeah,
5.
you can all,
Yeah.
people don't know how to do that, David, but
Oh,
yes.
well.
that would-
Yeah,
So
so if you
what-
punch the wrong one, you can just
So-
get rid of that. and
You can
do
punch,
another.
well, you just punch another one and
And
the
that
first
one
one
will
will
go
go
away.
away.
yeah, see how
So,
the.
well, so, yeah, Tim, watch what David's doing. So it's like, you
Right.
write, Lyme comment is 2, no, I want it to be 7.
Right,
I
yeah,
mean-
that's good, yeah.
so if you scroll down, look later, we have wherever single-family dwellings, too far, doop, doop, doop. I was just looking for the end of that
At the end of
question.
that table there, the grid, yeah.
It says wherever single-family dwellings are allowed, and instead
Okay,
of
so
other,
that's-
instead of other, we could say nowhere.
Right,
If that's
right.
what you
Certainly
mean.
Yeah, I
say
think that would
nowhere.
work, yeah.
Well, and then other, I mean, I'm completely content saying
Well,
Well, I
nowhere,
don't think,
How does that
I
online
mean, there-
person write that in?
because the 4B immediately below it,
Oh, I see.
and that was not in
No,
the original.
Correct.
Well, yes, it was,
And how can there
other,
be-
other
Other
was
was
there,
specified.
but how do you,
If we cover
Right.
the whole town, how can there be another location?
we
So-
didn't cover the whole town, we only covered places where single-family dwellings were already allowed.
well, we.
Didn't we left out commercial for that reason, correct?
No, commercial, what?
Commercial's in
Commercial's
there.
here.
They-
Uh,
yeah.
Wasn't it?
Commercial districts there.
Commercial, rural,
Okay.
East Lyme, Holtz,
Sure,
these are
so-
all places,
So instead of other,
Well,
shall we
isn't that
put
the whole
nowhere?
town?
no,
What's not there?
Skiway.
ski,
Well, that's the only thing.
That's not the
Well,
whole
you
Sledge
asked.
district?
no,
No.
Oh,
Skiway's-
Whole Sledge is that
Skiway
subdivision,
is-
Holt
okay,
Sledge is that little,
subdivision.
I don't know.
It seems to me that
But I don't know
Skiway
if
should
you
be
have
added
other, if you
because,
cover
you
the
know,
whole town, how do you?
Does
Hillside condos,
so,
don't we-
I was just, exactly,
well, it'd be good for the tax
all right,
base.
well, if we,
instead
I
of.
mean, if we put in skiway,
Does
we
anyone
can take out
besides
other.
Dartmouth own any land in the skiway
No, but the
district?
other,
No.
I mean, the all or nothing is,
But-
I think, a good way
put
to
up some
be able to.
condos up there and.
To
Dartmouth
get
would
those
have to be
people,
decided.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're
Dartmouth
gonna
would have to
add.
decide to do that, but
Instead of
it would be
Other,
taxable.
do you wanna have
Where you
nowhere?
could check it.
I think the
It's
all or
already
nothing is a
taxable.
good thing to have, so
We're
all
talking about
is.
Right, but
and
it would
where
be, those
single-family
would
dwellings are
absolutely be
allowed and
taxable.
nothing is the
Instead of other,
Yes,
and then we can get rid of the,
Well, but no, I'm gonna argue very
Spread the
strongly for
cost
other,
amongst more and
because
more
I think
people.
it's
It's
a
a good thing, Dave.
completely rational.
Where else is there? Beside all the.
Well,
zoning
so,
districts
Get that
in
all
town?
145
along
housing
Route
units in.
That's
Yeah.
rural,
That's
residential.
rural and commercial.
Dartmouth wants to put
Well,
student housing on the
okay.
slopes.
So are we truly saying we have divined the best set of zoning districts and we have to jam?
We're not asking them to design zoning districts.
Okay,
So
but-
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what-
have,
we
we're
have what
giving
we
them
have at this
choices
point.
based on what we have.
Well,
If we want them to redo the zoning district boundaries, that's a different
Different
survey.
Yeah.
no, I'm not, I am asking them, well, I wanna know, where do you want housing development? And I think it's I mean, we said wherever single-family houses are allowed, it would certainly make sense it would certainly be in bounds for somebody to be able to say, geez, I'd really like it to be on, Route 10, I think that's not an unreasonable choice. If, I mean, they could also
I don't know how many
say,
you submit, and then you have your other, and there's 4 or 5. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
But,
no,
yeah.
and, you know, I mean.
South of the village, or north of the
Yeah,
village.
it's getting,
No,
I think it's okay, let's just,
We need
let's
to,
go,
okay,
we'll have nowhere and other,
Other,
it's fine,
yep,
yeah.
and we'll see what we
Yeah,
get.
yep.
There's nothing, you know, we'll just
but
let.
I do think it's important that people don't go online after they get this, hopefully not to double dip, but to go online and go, oh my God, this is a totally different survey.
No, we'll make the
Um,
numbers match, I think that, and that's.
Well,
my-
and then I think, are we agreeing to put the grid into the Word document?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
And maybe,
I don't see what
and I
else
hate
we
to
do.
add
Yeah.
more, but to say, you know, at the bottom of the paper one, say, if you are submitting this, you don't need to do it online. And at the end of this one, if you submit this, don't bother doing a paper one.
Right.
So, I mean, it just,
it
it
seems a
provides.
little obvious.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, you know, there's some people who are compulsive about doing what they've been asked to do.
Right.
And, oh yeah, I'll do the online one and the paper, and just,
cause they looked a little different.
yes, yep.
Right.
We'll try to make them look as,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
this,
right,
Rich, has been working all weekend, so
I know,
Well,
and
thank you.
it's a lot of work, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So do we, I just wanna kinda go through logistics here, do we have enough time? Presumably on Tuesday, we'll find out whether we have any money to do this.
Right,
I raised that question at the last select board meeting, and the sense I got, I don't wanna make any promises, cause I mean, you know, we haven't asked it formally, but
Yeah.
the sense I got was that the amounts of money we're talking about, this was not gonna be a big problem, I don't think.
Okay.
I could be surprised.
thank
not
you,
to,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
Very
and,
good to hear.
I mean, it's 1,000 and a bit,
1,025 plus
Yeah.
postage.
right?
Yeah, the
Well,
number
no.
I put out was $5,000, and
Oh.
I said,
Well,
this we came
I
out.
think we can change
I'm
it.
going to the Bahamas.
Should put 10, and we have extra for the next couple of years.
So the thing is, we don't actually meet again supposedly until,
After Thanksgiving.
no, November 13th. And we need to get this thing out,
Before November
so we
1st.
just
we need to get
call
it
a
out.
meeting when it's ready.
Right.
And we'll post it, what do we have to do, 48 hours in advance?
Yeah, at least 48 hours.
So, David, is it possible for you to send a finalized questionnaire to us?
If I get it from Hebe, I can
And
absolutely.
do you
I
want
mean, all the
us
changes we're
playing
making
with this?
tonight.
Pardon me?
Do you want us playing with
So,
what we have?
so, yes, that's a
Okay.
great question. I would like you all to go through, answer this,
Yep.
see what you see. And if you have any alarming concerns, either about the wording of the text of the
Yeah.
question or about the actual implementation on the,
And
on the
I
webpage.
think it,
The wording will
I-
be the same, right?
well,
I think the wording is
Basically.
exactly
but
right.
I'm gonna have to renumber things to make them the same, so I'm gonna be careful about that. And then the language about it, you know, like, please don't fill out the paper and the
Yes,
online
Well,
version.
I think you're right, I think that's,
I mean, we might as well set that rule.
just said it.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
if I have any questions, I think I'll just go directly to Rich.
Yes,
Yeah, but I,
Because I'm not gonna be making any,
it's gonna take us like 3 or 4 days to get it printed.
Right,
And then we all have to
come back and
come
stuff.
back
Yep.
and stuff it,
Yep.
so we,
And talk to Dina about getting a check, because, that's not always
Well,
because normally what has to happen is,
if somebody,
Is
I
it-
can write, I'll float a check, and then the town can reimburse me, you know. if-
that's, what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
it's,
that
it's like ridiculous to have that hold us
Yeah.
up for 2 weeks
No,
if the
I'm
check
not
Because
runs
the
only come every 2
checks,
weeks.
you
As
get to be on a
long as-
manifest, it has to be
Yeah.
approved by the select board and
Yes,
then
right.
issued and signed by.
So what we would
so
be
it's-
getting approved is a reimbursement to an individual who has a receipt that says paid.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
so we will hopefully get a yes on the 28th.
My wife's birthday.
And
We wanna get
I'm
this
wondering
out.
if we should continue this meeting for some time
Has
after
to be,
that.
has to be a date certain.
Has to be a date and time.
Right,
In
is
place
there,
certain
and the purpose of that would be either to,
stuff.
do we all say, you're putting the burden on me in terms of,
Well, at some point,
Of it being
you have
acceptable.
to just trust.
yeah.
Is there anybody who has a problem with putting it on Rich, or should there be a subcommittee that Rich and somebody else?
I'd love to have somebody else with me.
to do
and
what?
Hebe,
To do what?
To say,
To read the final
close,
version?
close
Oh.
enough, they match.
Yeah, I can do that with you.
Is it legal
Any-
for
Any
Tim and I?
pairwise can do it. Any two people can do it.
Right.
And you don't have to be sitting together, you can do it at home, you know, send you a
Okay.
electronic copy of the
Right.
paper, and then you go online and you can both sit there.
Okay,
But we need to get that very quickly turned around.
But then, you know, if it's possible, David, to send out a finalized questionnaire.
Yeah, that's,
We don't have,
Yes.
what you'll get is the final questionnaire is,
the way we discussed tonight and
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
stuff we.
and you'll update the.
The webpage.
The webpage, you'll take that final version and the webpage, go
Compare it.
through,
Right,
make sure you're happy,
yeah.
and,
so what are the dates that's gonna happen then? We gotta
and you
figure
can
that
do
out.
that at home, you don't have to do it as,
Right,
Right.
as a
to-
board.
as
So
a
that
board.
doesn't have to be a meeting, obviously.
Right.
Right, doesn't,
Yeah.
does not, so it's whenever Hebe and Rich can get everything.
These two, this Rich. over
Right.
here.
Yeah, so you guys give it to David.
These two BBs.
You'll give it to David, and David will send it out to.
Well,
Rich.
next Tuesday is the select board meeting, so
Right.
we know immediately after that, right?
Right,
So
But that doesn't matter for this, right?
no,
Well, right.
for getting the format and where.
We're gonna do this
Look at it
one way or
before.
the other.
Yeah.
So being able to look at it tomorrow or the next day is good.
All I'm saying is I'm tired up this weekend.
Oh, you are tied up.
I can
Oh,
do, I can.
Good, I
do-
don't feel so bad, cause I am too.
I can do some work on Saturday perhaps, but if I could
No,
be working on this on Monday,
okay,
Yeah.
fine.
For-
We'll
Well,
look
whenever you
forward
get
to
it done, give
Yeah.
it to David, and David will send it
Yep.
to us, and then.
and you're around next week?
I'm around next week,
Because seriously, we have to, I think we
Get
have
it out by
to,
the end of next week?
we have to get it to the printer by Thursday or Friday.
Yes.
And they don't work over the weekend, I presume.
No.
Gnomon does not.
And so we had, and so that brings us to Monday, the 3rd would be when they would start printing.
So maybe the 21st is not the right, what's Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving is the 27th. So we had Friday, the 21st, before people,
Right, and then we talked about a special meeting after that, but
so,
to collate, to tabulate and work on it.
yeah, I mean, I think once we get the survey back, then we've got some time to, I mean,
So do you wanna change
We
it
won't
from the
be.
21st?
to what?
Right.
I can tell you I will be out the weekend of, or the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just set a deadline for people to do.
Right, I'm just, what I'm saying is,
So,
I mean, we could give them till the 25th. I
Yeah.
don't want to give them
Through Thanksgiving.
Through Thanksgiving, cause then they'll just blow it off
No,
and.
no, get lost
we
in the
won't-
Christmas.
We'll
yeah,
change
it'll
it to the
never happen.
25th.
25th,
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Okay.
But we
And
don't
then-
even have to go full 3 weeks though.
And then boxes will be put here in the lobby and at the library.
And there will be paper copies here and at the library.
Okay, and who's taking care of that? Can you do a box here?
I can do a box here, that's fine.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
and,
I'll talk to Judy.
okay.
I already talked to her about
Okay.
whether it was all right.
All right.
So I think we're starting to come together. I mean, we.
The other thing I have
It's
to do
pressed
is
on- I
I will-
apologize that.
Get the envelope stuff figured out by Tuesday. And I will confirm with the post office that they're happy with those. They should be, it's the same one we use all the time,
Yeah,
but make sure, I will physically make sure they're happy with.
and can you actually weigh the thing, and we have to just hope that they're not gonna be.
Well,
providing
3.3
heavy
ounces.
weight.
3 ounces.
I don't think they're gonna be greater than 3.3 ounces.
Okay,
It's one piece of 11.5 by 17, and then two size,
By 17.
yes, one piece 11 by 17, so that you don't have to have a staple, and then two single sheets.
That's, we're
Two,
not,
two 11 by
Two
17,
11 by
sorry,
17.
sorry,
And it's
yes.
4 8.5 by 11 sheets plus an envelope is an ounce. So
We're good.
we need to be under 3.3 ounces
Yeah.
for the,
I think we're
Should
good.
be good, yeah.
good. Well, folks,
Well,
I think that does it, right?
thank you,
One thing-
Well,
do the
thank you.
minutes next
Click
time.
Yep.
on
yeah.
I will just say there's
only
2 more meetings
map
this year.
description.
Right.
And you still are trying to get the zoning ordinance
There are
for
2
the
parts.
changes for
I did- he did
shoreland to allow buried propane tanks. So
Oh, I wonder.
that needs to be done. And
We
then,
did- we
um,
did-
I'm also going to be trying to schedule a hearing on the 13th for changing the curb cut. We did all the work but never actually had the public hearing, so I wanna get that all done.
Well, I think the zoning is a priority compared to that,
Well,
honestly, but, I mean, that's up to you guys,
Yeah.
but if the selectmen have asked us to do something,
But in
I mean,
in theory-
I've sent out with my last email language that, it's,
right?
Yeah, so in theory, we might just, all we have to do is approve that, right?
yes, if the board's happy, then schedule a public hearing.
And then just approve it, and it can take us 15 minutes. yeah.
Right, so I don't think it's, depends on,
David, thank you for your support.
Thank you, David, yes.
So
Yeah.
we'll have a special meeting whenever the printing is completed.
yes,
Yes.
too.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, great,
And like I said, 48 hours is what I need
Okay.
to.
great, yep,
Well, and we'll know
Sounds good.
when Nomon tells us it's gonna be done, and we could
right.
give them an extra day and then,
Yeah.
yeah, so we can.
And, can we make that a daytime meeting, or do you wanna do it at night? Do people need to do it?
Daytime's fine with me,
Yeah, daytime.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Afternoon or morning?
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Afternoon.
Afternoon,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sounds like afternoon.
Afternoons are slightly better, but
yep, okay.
thank you all.
Well, thank you guys for
Motion to adjourn?
pulling this off.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you guys have put in a lot of work, and
It's,
we've all done a lot, but you've done a lot of the really grunt
Evie's
work at
done
the end.
yeoman service in pulling this all together.
Yep,
all right, you wanna-
well, to thank you, I did the minutes, that's all I can say, so.
Nice job, Vicki, I like those minutes.
Yeah.
Are you around this weekend?
Hmm?
Okay,
I mean, I'll be in and out.
yeah.
So are you around this weekend?
I think we're gonna do that
Or
hiking.
you?
Some, Laura,
Hiking
my
with
daughter's
her on
coming out.
Saturday.
Nice.
Oh, good, you'll
So
see Jackie.
Tomorrow, we're
She
gonna go
gonna
see
do it?
Come
Yeah.
From Away.
Yeah, I've never
I
hiked
saw
it
that.
that way. Did you look at that thing?
Oh,
I did.
We're gonna go to the Pumpkin Festival.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Jill about it.
Doing
Yeah,
a
whatever.
child
Yeah.
on Sunday, so. Good.
Yeah,
You read
well,
that?
they They had a picture of you, I
Come on
guess
from
it's
away.
right at the
I
top.
saw-
You got
Rich, I'm just going to clear out my front seat, not the
Oh, yes, I
car.
need you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't forget you.
Or, you know,
I'm gonna hold them up for a couple of minutes
it's
anyway,
okay,
so.
sorry, I'd love to.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Rich, there are two notice of decisions that have been kind of languishing also,
Okay.
that I need either signatures or